even matter, the number of Tengus for the Empire player has gone up to a very large number indeed, and I think he might want to consider another air push soon to eliminate his opponent's force when the two indicators, at least one of the indicators, while one of the indicators is in red or yellow. Or are they? No, they're actually not. So one of the indicators, one of the Apollo fighters has ranked up, so they are very effective against air units, and we see the phenomenal micro from the Empire player as well, dodging the bombs of the indicators just. Although a number of Tengus, I would say 2 or 3, one or two were shut down in that air battle there, but the forces of the excuse me, I've been taking the exam all day, so I'm pretty tired here. Okay, enough of that, let's get back to the game. So we see one Tengu leading 8 of his bodies is going to push their way to the ally player's base, and is now going to be shot at by the multi-gunner turret. And what would he do? What would he decide to do? Is he going to just blindly lose all those Tengus to Polos? Oh, I guess he just didn't want to engage in the range of the multi-gunner turrets there. They would be very cost ineffective. But keep in mind that the Apollo fighters are slightly faster than the Tengus, so they can chase them down. While the Tengus were running away, 2 or 3 of them were. The MCV of the Allies player has been sold. Oh, I see, it's an engineer rush. Oh my god, an engineer from the Empire player has managed to capture the MCV of the Allies player. Huge blunder by the Allies player, losing his MCV and forced to sell his oil refinery here. Now it's 2 refinery down to 2 refinery, and now the Empire player actually has a very upper hand here. He needs to evacuate out of there with his in red Tengus and go back to base and repair themselves immediately. Oh now the air has been guarded. It's starting to be guarded by the Apollo fighters from one air base here. And what is the Empire doing? He has to preserve his army, and he has to reproduce his MCV, grabbing this chance that the Allies player doesn't have an MCV and doesn't have any effective means of reproducing his MCV as well. And he should be reproducing his MCV now and look to. No, I shouldn't really judge. I shouldn't say what he should be doing, but he's certainly planning on just ending again with a large number of Tengus, although he is going to lose all of his Tengus here to a number of multi-gunner turrets and the bombing rounds from the Vindicators indeed. And a command hub for the Allies player is being set up at the seashore there, with the refinery gone. The Allies player doesn't really have much of a choice but to set up the command hub and to sell it. And we see the Allies player is now looking to do an infantry push of his own, and is now pressing to threaten the safety of the Empire player's base. And meanwhile we see the Empire player is also making an infantry push to the left flank of the Allied player's base, and is going to find that the refinery of the Allies player has been sold a very long time ago, and those large number of infantries are just going to be attacking the multi-gunner turrets here. I think they can win, but the Empire player has to be careful. He cannot lose all those units just to one prospector here. He needs to focus down this multi-gunner turrets, and with his... Oh no, he's going to lose all of his infantry. The multi-gunner turret was in the red. My god, had he destroyed this, he could open a large wound in the Allies player's base, and he can produce infantries and just push on this front and use the Tengus to prevent any sort of bombing rounds. Once the Vindicator is destroyed, it will create a huge timing window for the Empire players to move in and finish his opponent off. But he apparently has lost that chance to a multi-gunner turret to stick with a peacekeeper and a prospector, the mighty miner of the Allied forces here. And but doesn't matter. We see that the Empire player is going to bring up a very large number of Tengu counts to press to the Allied player's base, and he's making their way to the waters. Expansion is going to see nothing because the Allied player has sold his expansion. I don't see why he's basically losing his Tengus to the the Apollo fighters fire here, and it's going to walk right into the firing range of those two Monty Gunner turrets. Oh, this is no good. With the assistance of these two Monty Gunner turrets, those 3 Apollo fighters will be able to shot down all of those 10 Tengus, although they are in very, very large number indeed, with no problem. And now, with that huge mistake, the Empire player is going to be a very dire position here. He's scrambling to get up enough number of Tengus to help to hold off the subsequent attack from the Allies player using the cryocaptors and a Vindicator that has just been built out of the airbase, fresh and new. And it's now going to make their way to the Empire player's base, looking to freeze the miners, or indeed the only remaining unit production structure, the only vital structure that the whole strategy, the whole tactic of the Empire player is based on, is the mega base. So if this ever gets frozen, oh my god, that would be so brutal for the Empire player. 3 of the Imperial Warriors sitting out at the left flank of the Allied player's base is going to be able to do nothing, and the Empire player has decided that he could not wait. He would have to lift up his Tengus and do a direct air engagement with the Empire player. It's now 1 Tengu against 2 Apollos, which is not going to happen, especially considering that one of the Apollo fighters has been ranked up to General, which is extremely potent. Although one of the Apollo fighters is in the red, but it's now 3 against 1, this tank will be shot down instantly, and indeed, as expected, the Allies player will be using his cryocaptors to freeze the one vital structure of the Empire player, is the Mega Bay. And I don't know, the game is still in either player's hands here. Either player can take it. It's all going to come down to a problem, a scenario, a set of crisis management, micro, and decision making here. If the Empire player can fend off this attack long enough for him to produce enough units to destroy all the air of the Allies player, and he can take the game. But if he ever gets, and before that, if he ever gets his Mega Bay frozen by the cryocapters here, he will lose this game. He will lose this game. His entire strat is based on this Mega Bay here, so he cannot lose. Oh no, it's been frozen. So brutal. He looks to sell it, but it doesn't even matter how much money he has now. He has no unit production structures, and he has no means of rebuilding them, while his opponents does have a means of reproducing his attacking units, which is the air base. The mighty air force of the Allied force once again proved to be extremely potent, prominent, whatever words you want to put up, and deadly to the opponents. And is the Empire player going to inherit the brave spirit of the Imperial forces and make the last attempt with those 2 miners? And it looks like he is not. The game is over. GG. Okay, my name has been KT0, bringing you RE3 commentaries. I will be uploading RE3 commentaries daily as I can, since I am a student and I do have my academic progresses to attend to, so I will do my best. I love this game and I love casting this game. It certainly helps my speech, especially considering the fact that English is not my first language. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.